country and the First Amendment.
Camp Swift is the former POW camp, so it's got historical significance. And then there's a place up in Taylor that we're going to shoot for a true TV show called it's with Jesse Ventura, and that's about all that I have. So that's really all we're doing. Could I ask you guys this? You have a couple of games.
Hold the phone closer to that creature.
You want to talk to my boss? I'll give it to you. Okay, well, he didn't tell me to give out the company name, so you can talk to him if you want to ask him. Whatever. I'd rather not. Okay, that's fine.
What is his name? What is his name, dude?
Sure, that's fine.
That phone's not picking up the audio.
That's a historical marker right there. I mean, did that... I'm sure that's all paid for with tax.
I'm about to walk out of here and drive over there. I've had enough of these people. Hello? Hey, call Aaron's phone. Dude's definitely got the phone by his side or something, and this is not working. This is not. He's not listening to me. Dude, are you there? Call Aaron on his cell phone right now. This is really not working. You want a cell phone? It's right here in my phone. Here, just come get it. It's unbelievable. Letting that cop sit there in America. We live in Nazi Germany. So pathetic. We live in complete Nazi Germany in this nation. Dude, do you have the phone up to your ear yet? Well, fade dude back up. I want to hear what's going on.
Sure. No contact your boss. I knew your company name and information. I'll go right on
It's none of your business, cop!
Are we good?
Oh, this is incredible.
Yeah.
Dude!
That is his thought.
This is pointless. I mean, he's got the phone like in his pocket or something.
I don't. He's cool with it. It's not stolen. It's a good car. You know, it's the company car.
Oh, now they're going to arrest him for driving my car.
All right, so we're good to go. Everything's fine.
Yeah, we're good to go under the First Amendment.
If I leave, are you going to pull us over down the road, or are we good to go? What? I need to know. Jack, I don't know. I mean, why would the sheriff need to be called out for people taking video?
Because it's a military installation, and, you know, there's times when people kind of on high alert.
Okay.
High alert because your bosses blew up the World Trade Center. So sick of you people. All right, did we get Aaron on the line? Because this is incredible. I mean,
right.
This camera is not working.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Dude, can you put the phone up to your head, please?
Yeah, it's right here. Sorry.
I mean, your phone just is cutting out continually. It doesn't even pick up audio.
Yeah, try this phone now. Okay. Here.
What in the world is going on out there? We're skipping this break. Do I have Aaron Dykes? Do I have a phone that works? Aaron, you there?
You can talk to him right there. No, Aaron just handed me the phone. But basically, I just talked to him, and they were, the sheriff got a call that some suspicious people were filming at the thing in front of the camp. And so he responded to that, and I said, okay. And then he wanted to know, I guess he ran your car because he asked who Alex was, and I said, that's my boss. And I said, it's Alex Jones. And I said, you want to talk to him? He's right here on the phone. And he said no. So neither one of them wanted to talk to you on the phone. And, you know, I guess we're going to pack up the cameras and go because we got all the shots we need.
Well, here's the deal. They're the ones that are suspicious, running around with the military in America, trying to boss Americans around and teach us to lick their boots. They're the ones that are suspiciously working for a government that's stolen tens of trillions of dollars and is flushing this country down the toilet. They're the ones putting in naked body scanners. They're the ones that are suspicious. It's all about this moral high ground where we're the bad suspects and we're the bad people. And we have their internal documents. It was never about men wearing turbans. It's about the American people being their enemies, Rob. Can I talk to Aaron? I want to get a report from Aaron, then we're going back to Alan Watt.
All right. Here he is.
Good job, dude. Thank you. Yeah, it was definitely, dude's phone has bad cell reception there. That was the problem. Aaron, break down what happened.
Well, they approached us after, I would say, about 5 minutes of filming, wanted to know why. I was told he was concerned about terrorism. And Asked him to repeat that. He said,
well, ask him about the Pentagon carrying out the attacks on themselves, or Operation Northwoods. If he's concerned about terrorism, he needs to go study who he works for.
Yeah, he also engaged me to talk to him. I asked him if he had sworn an oath to protect the Constitution, including the First Amendment under which we're operating. He didn't answer at all. He did not want to talk about the Constitution, but he did want to talk about terrorism. I know the sheriff also said he was concerned in these times what could happen, basically alluding to terrorism in the post-9/11 world as well.
Yeah, their boss is staging terror attacks. It is a big concern.
So we know we're in an atmosphere where it's the homeland and the people who are the enemy now, and journalism and journalists are pretty much on the front line of that, Alex.
Now, here's the deal. That's only one part of SWIFT. They've got other fenced-in areas, so I want you to continue. Don't let them run you off. They want to teach you that you're there to take vaccines, drink sodium fluoride and lithium, and lick government boots. You know, you are literally a blood bag to them, and you let them know you're not a blood bag. You let them know that you're there and you're the boss. And I wish I could have talked to him. I know you stood up to him. It was just very frustrating because I couldn't hear what was going on because Dew's phone was cutting out. But I wanted to tell that cop, hey, First Amendment, I don't have any warrants out for your stinking system. Get out of my face. Get out of my face. Get out of my face. Me and my children.
Alex. Go ahead.
No, Aaron, go ahead. You tell us what else happened and your take on this.
Well, they were obviously concerned, allegedly under the pretense of terrorism, but I suppose they were not as concerned after talking to us, just because they asked us a few questions, and they're now leaving. I could see them both driving away, both the sheriff and the National Guard individual. And only just now is anyone from the business we're at concerned about what we're doing. So it wasn't a situation where private property owners asked us to leave.
Oh, now the citizens are teaming in to run off the journalist. They're showing you an American trying to be in a small town on the side of the road. We're going to show you, boy. Ladies and gentlemen, if you just joined us, we skipped that break. Some stations may have taken it. They've sent the police at my guys. They have sent the Army captain out to ask basically if they were terrorists. And now, I guess you're not allowed to park on the side of the road. Somebody else is helping the Stasi system, telling you to move along and get away from that property.
Yeah, and we're right now being talked to by this gas station owner who's concerned only because the police came over. But, you know, yeah, they basically tried to run us off, but we didn't go. We were also told about how this whole area used to be a concentration POW camp during the war. Many of the homeowners are living on areas that used to be part of the camp.
All right, here's the deal. And we'll just go ahead and give them a heads up. You were there 4 years ago for Endgame Blueprint for Global Enslavement up at the Taylor facility. And even when you were 300 yards away, they tried to come over and say you couldn't videotape the facility where entire families are held. And under Rex 84, they have programs and plans to first put the illegals in them and then the American people. You're now going out there. I want you guys to get in the car, to leave, go there, then come back where you're at later if you didn't get shots of everything, because the show is going to be over soon, and I need to be live on air for you guys. But give folks the location there. And of course, they'll obviously know you're coming. They'll still say you're terrorists because I'm a radio host, and anybody who has a radio show must be you must be a criminal.
Oh, you want to? Sorry, Alex, we have some car discussion. I'm pulling up the address for Taylor right now. It is 1001 Welch Street, Taylor, Texas. I've been there before. I know it's the Hutto Detention Facility. It's in a remote part of that very small town, the T. Don Hutto Prison Corrections Corporation of America. So it's a private corporation holding immigrants for Homeland Security. And we've seen ICE vehicles, and we've seen Homeland Security vans there. So that's what's going on, Alex.
And we know when we got the video of the kids in the playground, whole families, and they admit it's dual use, according to the Houston Chronicle, for the American people during emergencies. So what I want you to do is I want you to go there. Then I want you to go to Robert Mueller Airport where they've got the Pier 57 type locked down in that hangar, and see what happens there as well. Good job, Aaron. Before that business owner says that you're with space aliens, go ahead and leave, okay?
Yeah, we are out of there, and we are on our way to Taylor, Texas right now. So if people want to join us, that's where we'll be.
All right, well done. Here come evil Americans trying to show the FEMA camps, and we'll see what happens in land of the free, home of the brave. Alan Watt, I apologize to you for this happening live, but I think their phones getting blown off the hook made them back off, my guys. But this is just another example of the freedom we live under, isn't it, Alan?
Yes, and it's happening in other countries at the same time. I've watched videos from Britain where women have walked across hills and been stopped again under the same anti-terrorism act, even though there's no warning signs that they're near camps or anything. And in fact, they're getting approached by the military and the police at the same time. So they're using this anti-terrorism law worldwide, and that's what it goes under for anybody who's inquisitive as to what's happening in a particular area. Even if they're innocent, as I say, and they're simply on a hike and come across something, they're often detained, questioned, and maybe let go. Yeah.
And all of the training is for the American people, the British people, the Canadian people. That's only a smokescreen about, quote, Muslims. And, of course, remember the lady in upstate New York who heard that it was a big FEMA camp, which it is designated as an emergency center under the Emergency Centers Act? And they just arrested her, and they said, we're charging her with terror. It was an American Glenn Beck, Alex Jones listener. And no, you don't do that in America. You are the enemy, and they are chomping at the bit to throw our people in prisons. I mean, you're an uppity slave who dares to ask them questions or video police. You're going to prison.
Yes, so this is the new authoritarian system, and they said in the writings it would have to be authoritarian, and that's what the century of change is all about. And as you say, they kicked it off with 9/11 just to get it all through, to train the public worldwide that this is the new authoritarian system. Any idea of rights or freedoms or democracy is to go out the window. They've said that openly in their writings from the very top. So this is the new system. By the way, they've also got a lot of new private prisons they've already built in Canada. They're owned by some companies in the U.S. They're only up to 10% capacity. They're not taking anybody else in at the moment. These are very high-tech prisons, by the way, on the circular basis with all cameras. They can see around all the cells at all the time.
Panopticon.
That's right. And so they're sitting idle waiting as well. In Ontario, they're Grand Bend River. There's a big army facility there since World War II. It's well stacked already with beds and so on for people getting moved into it as well. So they're all over the place right now, and they're all stocked up just waiting. Yeah.
And by the way, when I was telling the guys where to go, you've got the admitted FEMA center with whole families. You got SWIFT that's designated as an emergency FEMA camp, admittedly on record. Model States Health Emergency Powers Act, and of course some of the other acts, the Emergency Centers Act, which hasn't passed yet, but everything in it is already in place. They always do it that way. And kind of like we had national ID cards in '94 under executive order, they just now announced them 2 years ago to the slave grid. Still has the state seal on it, but it's a federal/international. Call the guys. I want them to go to Lakeline Mall. That shut down, and we got video of this a year ago, and FEMA has taken over half of the old mega mall, and they have Homeland Security buses, and if you even try to videotape the mall, police and FEMA boil out and get in your face. So there's just FEMA camps everywhere, FEMA burrowing in. But let's get back to the medical lobotomies. They've come out, of course, in the last decade, announced all of these new types of vaccines that go in with live viruses, either create viral plaques to plug up receptor sites for anger and aggression and resistance and freedom, or they actually eat, that is, replicate and destroy the receptor sites, or they cause even more deadly autoimmune responses that block these regular steroids is the main thing they're trying to block naturally occurring. The estrogens, the testosterone in the brain, and that's admitted. And so there's an autoimmune response which causes chronic brain swelling, which is, of course, Alzheimer's. That's why you're getting people 25 getting it. And then, so it causes continual brain swelling. And they're announcing they plan to start injecting people, Alan. And after we have the shot, we'll feel much better, Alan.
That's right. And remember, too, what's happening today is 90 years behind the times. Because Huxley wrote about that in Brave New World. How do you think you get them from one type of society to a nice, placid, genetically altered and created society? You must take them down gradually. And Britain in the 1930s, remember, was the first country that was teaching at Sandhurst the aspect of total war, where whole populations are the enemy. That includes your own population during a full-scale, all-out war. This is full-scale world war. and we are all the targets, and we must be brought down until we cannot use our critical thinking faculties anymore.